And so I guess one of the questions on my mind now that I'm kind of, in some sense, building something new here with a new person. And I've never, I asked because I, I, I've never been taught, but I also never took the steps to learn it because I could have, but I haven't. And I probably will, is to how to create a successful relationship. How to be the best I can to, I know that's the $1 trillion question, right? Because if you had an answer, right, we had one answer. Well, maybe you do have an answer and just nobody follows it, right? But I've always wondered, because for me, I just need to know like a framework. What do I need to do? Like to get from here to there. It's a very I'm open for sure, but I like that, okay, in order for me to get stronger, I got to work out and eat this way. In order for me to make more money, I have to do these things.
Yeah, but for instance, that's a good example,
Yeah.
right? When you said to work out and eat healthy,
Yeah.
but there's many ways to work out, and there's many
Exactly.
diets that you can deploy.
Yeah.
See, the same goes here. Now, I have my recipe for what I believe is a healthy relationship, right? But that's what works for me. There's other recipes. The world is diverse. There's no one way.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah. I agree.
you need to figure out what works for you. Right? To me, the key ingredients is love and being as truthful as you can be on everything, inside, outside, whatever happens, the truth.
Yeah.
Right? Those two terms, when you start unpacking them, they go very, very far. Because
Absolutely.
to me, for instance, when you love somebody, you put their needs in front of your own. And if the love on the other way is the same, then the same happens there. So then you basically intertwine the motivation in a way that each one of the parties supports and becomes the ground for growth for the other one.
That's true.
Now, it also depends on the personality. For instance, for me, my wife is my best friend, is my love, she's the number one across every category. She's the one I want to spend the most time with. She's the one that knows me the best. She's the one that allowed into my inner world to the deepest places, to the places that I reach. We don't have any secrets. We don't hold back anything. Full transparency. This is part of love to me. Right? And in my case, it was a decision to be like that, first and foremost, because when I entered the relationship also, I never had such love. Didn't. So I said, okay, this is different. I recognize it. What do I want to do to make it last for the rest of my life and to be the biggest thing ever? I said, just take away all the barriers. Just eliminate them.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that I hold back. There's nothing that I don't disclose. There's just full transparency and willing to take feedback, which allows you to grow together. It immediately creates, because what I believe at this point is the deepest truth in my heart, maybe I don't see deep enough. You see?
Yeah.
So in many cases, because my wife knows me so well, she points out things. Sometimes they're uncomfortable to admit. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. You have to be willing to receive it.
Exactly. Whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable, that doesn't matter. It's not a variable. And that creates a foundation for a relationship that constantly you help each other evolve, because it's the other way around also, right?
Yeah.
Her opinion matters to me in many cases more than my own, because I know my own. Having another opinion by somebody, or perspective by somebody that loves you, that cares about you, as much as I care for her, is a gift, is a very valuable thing, regardless if it's comfortable or not.
Right.
It's more valuable when it's not comfortable because it indicates I have some blind spot.
Yeah.
You see? So if you treat it like that, yeah, you have sometimes friction and fighting.
Yeah.
That's normal, but it doesn't last very far. It doesn't go very long. When you cool down, you realize, you go back to your operating principles. Remember last time we spoke about operating principles? To me, that's an operating principle.
Yeah.
So when I reflect and I take it in. I take it in. Again, comfortable, not comfortable, doesn't matter. I take it in.
Right.
And that makes me grow.
Yeah. It's great.
You need to find your own operating principles for the relationship. But the relationship comes second. It's within. It's first between you and yourself. How are you going to show up in this relationship? For me, it was a decision out of the gate. No masks. Be as real as you get. As real as I know myself.
Yeah.
So everything across every little thing.
Right.
That's my operating principle. That's how I show up. Taking into account that sometimes you have a blind spot.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of what I want to do this time. I just go in and really put in the effort, and I feel like that requires I make some changes in my life. Like you said, not always thinking about just myself, but the needs of somebody else, and even, like you said, in some cases, putting them first, and being able to take time to talk and communicate all those things that in my past relationship for a very long time, I didn't do that anymore. We were just in a relationship, and it was very. It seemed that there wasn't that connection there. It was just come back home, and it's just everything's like this machine operating, and there's good moments, but I just have to be more aware. So in some ways, it's just adding it to my, like you said, my principles, the things that I live by every day.
It sounds to me a little bit that you saw the relationship, the previous ones, out of some kind of a template that you believe how a relationship should look like. A little bit.
A little bit, yeah, and just ways that I could improve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Forget about templates. And ask yourself, what kind of relationship do you want to have? What are the attributes of the relationship you want to have? You want it to be deep, you want it to be serious, you want it to be fun, you want it to be joyful, you want it to be spontaneous. What do you, just try and kind of describe it to yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
What do I want? Yeah.
What do you want? It's part of the Carlos 2.0 exercise.
Yeah.
Right? What kind of intimate relationship, what shades, what colors do you want to have in it?
Yeah.
You see? It's your drawing, your making.
Yeah.
So decide, think about it, feel it, imagine it, visualize it, and then ask yourself, how do you need to show up for that to be like that? Right? It's kind of reverse engineering it, but through the feeling. Part of the Carlos 2.0, because that's going to be now a big playing ground for you to show up as a new you, to evolve a new you. You haven't had that experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
The more present you are, the more conscious you are about this experience, the more it's going to be like you want it to be. And don't try and shove a lot of templates into kind of a small space and act it out.
Yeah.
So usually it doesn't work well.
I know. I find I seek out like learning from like other people or ask questions and look at my stuff, and I kind of overthink it and don't just kind of go in and just like listen to what I know deep down inside I should do. A lot of stuff I already know, but I just need to be more aware of that. I need to be more
It's okay
present.
to have to get ideas from other
Mm-hmm.
people, but you need to decide. You need to feel what feels right for you,
Mm-hmm.
because nobody else has your makeup, your history, your personality,
Right.
your needs, your wants, the whole package.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to fit you.
Yeah.
So only you can decide that.
Yeah.